A lot of what we do is circulated around tourism and fisheries related stuff. We also like to do. I am looking at the ocean acidification impacts on this SID or these SID. Okay, as well as something in orange that I call aragonite concentration, which is very important. That's the key thing I'm looking at, aragonite concentration. It's basically something that makes, I would say, the shell of certain shellfish. Okay, three things. I'm trying to look at these coral reef ecosystems, these things that exist, and assess its productivity. How well is it? How well will it do in the future with ocean acidification? What I really want to focus on is developing countries under climate change. So that speaks towards Jamaica in terms of SID. It's a developing country, not a developed state. So a lot of times when we think of developing country, they want to engage in more economic activities. They want to actually develop. So how will ocean acidification and the changing of aragonite play into this sea shell economy, this fishing economy? As in the last point is the economic and environmental harmony of, because everything needs to work together in some way, shape, or economic efficiency and making sure in the system understands the environmental boundaries. So basically, what and how much can we exploit from these marine systems is the key thing. But in terms of what I'm really trying to focus on is just one very specific animal. So there's this animal that grows this shell, and it's called the queen conch. In the US, in the UK, and other parts of Europe. And so we focus a lot on fishing this in this Caribbean region, specifically Jamaica, which is the number 2 exporter of this type of meat. So the reason why I have a picture of this shell goes back to this aragonite concentration. So basically, this shell is 99% made up of aragonite. And so that comes to the whole point of ocean acidification and what I'm trying to track. Because essentially, if the aragonite concentrations are changing as the years go by due to climate change and so forth, then the ability of this animal to make this shell is compromised. Compromised basically means the ability is now changed. It finds it harder to make this shell, which leads to a whole host of other problems. How does that impact the weight of the animal, the flesh, the body of the animal? And essentially, how does that impact the economics of the fishery system that already exists? So remember, we're number 2 in terms of export. If the change in aragonite changes how it makes the shell, then will it compromise putting more energy into making this shell? Or will it be easier to be attacked by predators? So those are the things we have to really think about.